there's a lot of activities, and so you know, Juneteenth was a celebration. So we get a
And
chance to
I'll be taping it.
yes, and Wanda is doing the videography and the interviews. And so, if anyone would like to participate, get in touch with Wanda and she can share further how to do that. If you have anything to sell, we have the least expensive vendor costs in Chicago. Everyone charges like $500, $600 just to vend. We charge $35 and $65 for food vendors. So you cannot beat that anywhere because our purpose is to come together and to showcase our vendors, not to take all their money. So at the end of the day, they don't walk away with anything.
Right.
So our purpose is for us to commune in unity and harmony and just keep it moving and know that our culture is so important. As I go through other communities, Pilsen, Little Italy, the Polish community on Chicago Avenue, Puerto Rican community on Division, you see their culture, and that's the purpose of what we do. One of the basketball courts at Garfield Park, we hired Delisha McKinney, a black artist, that put a Jinker symbols on the basketball court. And what better way for our children to say, what do those symbols mean? So they can get a chance to look it up. And then that same artist, there's a housing development on Kedzie, right across the street from Marshall. I mentored her since she was in high school, and her huge mural is now on the backside of that development. So that's how we can lift our youth up and watch them grow. So I've been in her life for uh, uh, maybe 20 years, and now she's one of the lead artists on the West Side with her works being put on walls. So 50 years from now, her children and great grandchildren can say this was someone that came from us. So get in touch with Wanda if you'd like to know how to be a vendor, how to participate with us, because this is how we grow. So thank you all so much.
All right.
Oh, one more
Yes.
thing.
Thank you.
One more thing. We're talking about entrepreneurship. I
Mhm.
just discovered, I'm a watermelon fan. And I went all the way to 110th and Halsted. I don't know
Yes.
if anybody knows about the watermelon man there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
that is, I am about to bust open. 'Cause that
Did you get the
watermelon
yellow
was,
meat one? Look, did you get the yellow meat one?
I did. Oh
Okay.
yes, with the long tail. Oh, it was so good.
Oh, okay.
It
At
was
least
so
I
good.
know him well.
Yes, yes, yes. So I
And
was
I'm
I was
grateful
buying from
too.
another brother, but he was on Independence off the expressway, and I drove through there yesterday, and I was like, well, I don't see him. And my daughter found the guy that's on 110th and Halsted, and he assured us that if we didn't like it, because I
Yeah.
told him I was east amongst the birds coming to get that watermelon all the way from the west side. He said, if this is not a good watermelon, I'll give you your gas money back in another watermelon. So he
Wow.
doesn't,
All right now. That
he
sounds
doesn't
like
have to, he
sounds
doesn't
like
have to
him.
worry about me coming back because I already dug in it and I am not giving it back.
See, wonderful. Well, you
So,
know what, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a wonderful shared experience. I really appreciate everybody's who has been in attendance. And Eric, you have just enlightened us so much. And we're going to have you back again. And let's establish the first action step. What, Eric, do you suggest be the next step for this group?
Well, I think that the most important piece of any of our ventures is what can we give back to our youth?
Yes. Mhm.
And no revolution, no movement was ever
Mm,
won without the youth.
that's right. So true.
And so I would like to see us get two or three young people together, maybe a couple from the west side, a couple from the south side, and let's see how we can begin to build a directory and a list of black businesses, because lots of times we don't know who does what.
That's so
So
true.
true.
So
And
true.
then
So
we
true.
can build this together, Wanda. It's something that, and putting together a magazine slash directory. I'd like to do it quarterly,
Okay.
where, it's not a big magazine, because some of us still want that printed version, something you can turn the pages.
Man.
Yeah. And with that in mind, the ad space, we can make it very inexpensive, and
Yeah,
then give these young people, maybe 25% of the commission.
absolutely.
Um, and then they'll put some money in their pockets. And at the same time, because I think you're into journalism as well, Wanda.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep.
So let's showcase, maybe two businesses and two organizations on the west side, and let's
Okay.
showcase two businesses and two organizations on the south side at the beginning
Okay.
of the magazine.
That'll work. That'll
Now,
definitely
And
let me ask this quick question, because when I went to the watermelon spot today, he did hand me this brand new Black Pages International. So
ah
I'm not sure if you all are aware of that magazine, but
uh-huh.
it does
Yeah.
um,
have a lot of Black businesses in it, and
Yeah,
so I'm not
Eugene.
sure if that's
Gene Della.
if that's any
Mm-hmm.
different than what you guys what you all are saying, but it's very very well put together, and but like anything, any business, um you know, the more the merrier.
yes,
Agreed.
and I'm familiar with, I think his name is Eugene
It
Dalanaro.
it
Yes, it
is.
is. Uh-huh.
Yes, yes, and it's like it comes out once a year. He didn't do it a lot during COVID, but he
Uh-huh.
does have that coming out. But ours is a little bit different. It's just focusing on the restaurants that we go to now. The ads should be a little bit bigger, where you can actually cut them out with a coupon, or how they do the
Thank
QR
Okay.
you.
code.
Okay.
Do the QR codes on them as well. But I think it's something, again, that we can get our young people involved with. And while we're doing it, even though the majority of the ads may be from Black people, we should also focus on the foreigners in our community, because
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
that
That's
money that we spend in their stores
that's right.
should go to help programs that we can put together and train our young people to come back, and let's open up more Black businesses.
Yeah, that's I agree, Eric,
Yeah.
100%.
Well,
And
Eric,
then,
before we
Hello,
leave, I just
hello.
want to come and get some T-shirts real soon. This is Miss Fulton speaking, and
okay,
we will make sure you get the flyer for the One Love Healing Village. The event that's coming up is June 26th through the 27th. I am handling the vendors' spaces as well, so we'll make that information available to everyone. The event is free to attend. But I know we're gonna give some kind of donation to help out things. But we do want to
absolutely.
have some of our different entrepreneurs definitely on site with what it is we do. Because in health, which is your wealth, you should know not only how to be healthy, wealthy, you should know how to be wealthy, being healthy.
I like
Come on now.
Yeah. I run a
that.
lot of medical stuff with a lot of medical folks on the new side of how we can look now.
Yes, yes. And that's the only way that we can cut back with these dialysis centers, and
Yeah.
get our
Yeah.
folks off of walkers and all this
Yeah,
other
most of them
stuff.
are not needed. Most of them not needed. If you have to go there for a moment, it's okay. But what else do I want to look at and see? As I told my son-in-law, I say, I'll do clean eating with you if you want to, and I'll buy the
Mm,
food. But he went on
wow.
up to Wisconsin and got that liver. But it's
And
okay.
let me just say, I went into the store. I don't go to any of the corner stores or anything like that, but it's a pretty decent store in my community. I see a lot of people going, and you got to have something, right? But I
Yeah.
went in the store because we had went to the restaurant or something to get, And I've been a vegetarian for 52 years. And so I was like, you know what? My granddaughter wanted something. I was like, oh, let me run in the store and get something to drink. And so I went in that store. It was like a horror movie because they had like 10 refrigerators. And
Mm.
they were wondering what took me so long just to go in there and get
Your
a
phone is
juice or a
off. I
soda
can
or
hear.
something. Everything had
The
fructose
back.
and corn. Pardon?
I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
No.
I can't. I can hear,
I can hear.
Okay.
but you were saying everything had high
Oh,
fructose corn syrup.
hold on. Hold on.
There, I can hear you now.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Everything had fructose and corn syrup.
Wow.
And even though I know about it, it was like I had just did a deep dive a few days before. And I remember, seems like not too long ago, I was able to get a ginger ale with cane sugar. I don't drink sodas and all of that stuff, but every now and then I would get a ginger ale. I say, well, you know what? I know this ginger ale is good. And when I picked that ginger ale up and it had fructose and corn syrup as the first thing, it was
Mm-hmm.
like a horror movie. And I
Mm.
Wow.
came out of there so fast. And I'm talking about the juices, even the probiotic drinks, everything had it. I was like, this is poison. And
Right.
so when I got home, I had some organic lemon juice, and I got some filtered water, organic lemon juice. I think I put a little honey in there, and I
You.
made that up and put ice on it. My granddaughter was like, "This is so good." I said, "You know, I don't know what I was thinking of when I went in the store. I knew I could make this." And so the point is that they're selling so much poison to our children.
Yes.
And Wanda and I worked with Isaac Lewis with the Lawndale News, and so the children would come in the evening when they got out of school, and they would stop at the corner store, and I promise you, they would spend at least $200 to $300 on the junk. So I was able
Mm.
to tell them that California had just banned all of the dyes and all of the artificial stuff that's in the food and that their children are eating. So I told them, what do they think that's going to happen to all of that they banned in California? I said, they're just going to ship it right here to you all because that's what you do when you stop
Yes.
by the store every day. And so
Wow.
then we see their behavior because as soon as they
Hmm.
eat that stuff, there's nothing you can do with them. So they don't
Yes.
even know. So they have to be educated. This kind of stuff alters your behavior. And back in
Yes.
the 70s, there was a book came out called Sugar Blue, and it was a lady that did followed these young black boys and found out that most of them that wound up in jail, their diet for that morning had consisted of donuts, pop, sugars, and all this kind of stuff. So this is our task to, as Glenda was saying, let's give them another choice. And it doesn't have to, some people's like, I hate bland vegetarian food, but you just got to know, I got all my recipes from my grandmother and they flip them out. So, when I do a family gathering, they looking down in the pot trying to see where the turkey's at because it tastes so good. And I'm like, it ain't no meat, no turkey, nothing. It's just, this good old soul from my grandma. And
Man,
so
Mm.
those are the kinds of things. It's not difficult. So let's take the approach, talk to our children, tell them the truth, and then they will follow suit. So thank you all so much. It's been a great show.
yes, it
Thank you.
Hello.
has. Thank you.
Thank
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, I need Eric's number.
Eric, can you put your number in the chat, please?
Well, I mean, I
Sure.
can write it.
Oh, you can write
Yeah.
it. Okay. He said he can
It's
write it, Eric.
sure. It's 708 845 2889.
Eric, I'm going to call you because all those people that you were mentioning,
Uh
I know all of them.
huh.
Jackie Reed, if you've been coming to her meeting, you've seen me.
Yes, and when you said the Exodus, it made me. I'm the guy that wears the like the hat I got on in my picture. I come and I always say, Brother Knowles is here from the South Side, and I wear that hat. I haven't been. I came right before Mother's Day when they threw the dinner for her.
Yeah,
Yep, I
I
was
was.
there then. Um, I bring the No Weapon Formed Against You T-shirts. Last year, I brought the Put Down the Guns T-shirts and gave them away.
Mhm.
I I love Jackie Reed. I
Wait.
really really do.
You know my partner,
What's his name?
Edward James.
That's right.
Yeah, brother Ed. Yep.
Yes, that he's usually at the meetings. He
Yes.
she's always talking about me because I never miss the meeting.
Wow. Well, I'm
And
gonna try to
and
make it
and
a
Eric, I used to
yeah.
teach over there with Jerome and James at the firehouse, the Trips
So
Does
program.
he
so
know? Does he know George?
Do you know George Owens?
Does George work with the park with Garfield Park?
Yes.
No. Yes, he does. He's the vice president of the park.
Last year, yeah, last year he tried to get us to come over and with the put down the guns thing and plan and work something out with him last year. Yep,
Wow.
yep.
Wow.
I met
Well,
George.
we're inviting you if you'd like to do a forum of something like that at Garfield Park. I'm the second vice president. Wanda is the chair of project development, and she's also on the communication committee, and she's part of the education committee with her trips program.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love you guys are so innovative on the west side and so close. So isn't Exodus like around Laramie and Chicago?
Laramie
You
and
guys?
That,
Chicago Avenue.
that's
Yep,
it.
yep, yep. Yes, indeed. So I'm gonna try to make Jackie's meeting this Thursday. I can't make every Thursday like I used to because I'm focused on 71st, but I owe her a visit. And isn't the grand opening, the ribbon cutting for Aspire on Juneteenth that day?
Yeah, my band will be there.
Yes. So I plan on being there also. So I'm gonna make sure I get there this Thursday so that I can make sure that I have all the information for the grand opening of the Aspire
Wait a
Center.
minute now. If it's the 10th, today's the 5th.
Correct. So I plan on being there this Thursday, which is the 12th coming up at
Hmm,
Jackie Reed's.
right.
I think he said the June the 19th. Is there a
Yep.
celebration on the 19th?
The 19th is Juneteenth Day.
Mhm.
Juneteenth, right?
But the ribbon
Because our
cutting is
our
what day?
Juneteenth is being celebrated on the 21st, which is that Saturday, and so it is a
But I'm
lot of
saying,
things
when is
happening.
the expire? When is that grand open?
I thought it was on Juneteenth Day, the 19th. At least that's what I last heard.
That might be right because I thought it was the 10th.
Yeah, I think it's the 19th. But so I'm gonna try to make it this Thursday if any of you guys are available. Maybe we can connect again there. But Miss Wanda, you and
Yes.
I need to talk about how we can put together these youth, a couple from the west side and the south side, where they can start maybe with Zoom, and
That
let's
sounds
build
good.
this directory for
All
these
right.
for our businesses. And then I think the last Friday of this month, we'll do our first Circulate the Black Dollar brunch,
Oh,
West Side and South Side.
Okay, it
wow.
says, it says the Aspire Center grand opening is on June 19th,
Was the
2025,
19th.
from 12 p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. at 5500 West Madison. The
Hmm.
event
Great,
celebrates the opening of the Aspire Center for Workforce Innovation, a new space for community growth, connection, and celebration.
Wow.
great, great,
And
That is
great.
also that same day, all of the West Side um, leaders and politicians are having a huge Juneteenth parade that's going on that day as well. So it's a lot going on. There's another parade on the 14th. St. Joseph's Church is going to be coming down Madison, and so it is the West Side is blossoming right now. So
Yes,
we'll
yes,
keep you
yes.
informed. We'll try to share as much as we can as well.
Okay, and Miss Carter, please send me the flyer
Okay.
for the 21st, as well as the one for the June 26th.
Okay. All right. I shall send them both.
Well, guys, I have enjoyed this tremendously. And again, the West Side is the blessed side. I've always been blessed by my relationships with people on the West Side most of my life. And I look forward to working with you guys as we try to train our youth up so that they can carry on some of the legacies that most of you guys have already established.
And you as well, sir. So don't exclude yourself. Thank you
That's
so
right.
much. We
All
really
right.
appreciate you coming on. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us. And let's make this a routine.